conspicuously, the recipe for pho after 1954 changed. So the current pho that people eat in Vietnam, and I can corroborate this, tastes very different. They're using a chemical bouillon which is simulating the taste of beef broth and beef pho. However, the original recipe, which like Vietnamese cooked for the French from the north that came into the south in 1954, came with them from the north into the south in 54, and from Vietnam into America in 75, and across the rest of the world in 75. But crucially, in light of everything that occurred to the community, all the death, all the destruction, all of the dead family members, it should surprise nobody that people wanted to do things, which is to say that during the 80s and 90s, several restaurants, majority of restaurants in fact, dedicated up to 30% of all of their proceeds to funding paramilitary terrorist organizations that were being sent back into Vietnam to nominally liberate the country. And they did actually fund that. It didn't work. They were shot and killed.
At least they tried.
They still try, yeah.
They try. Think through the logistics
for at least a
of
decade.
refugees have no money. You're paying it with 30% off sales of your restaurant items. The cost of weapons and munitions only increase because we're not even an official government anymore. It's not possible.
No.
But people were getting news of all of their relatives and the ways in which they died. They're just like, fuck it. Now, I'm not saying it's every single restaurant, and the restaurants that existed in the 80s and 90s, many of them no longer exist. We are here because Pho 54 was definitely one of them restaurants.
Nice.
And the reason why they have the name 54?
It's from the fact that they had to forcibly migrate from the north into the south.
In 1954.
In 1954.
Oh.
So here we are, conspicuously. How have they stayed in business? They have changed nothing effectively since the 80s and 90s. This spot is open 24 hours, baby.
Nice.
Were there lots of people who migrate from the north to the south, or more from the south to the north? In 1954,
It's 1 million people from the north into the south. But conspicuous, and I'm sorry, I misspoke. Once upon a time, it was 24 hours. Now, post-COVID, things are terrible, which means that this location is now only open until 3 a.m.
right.